Welcome to a new series here in the Scruffy Womp Rat Cantina. So, I realized something with the show going on is that we have extreme tunnel vision and a very limited perspective as to the community of SWU as is local to us. So I figured I wanted to start a new little series where I interviewed my friends around the country who play SWU in different areas and kind of get different perspectives because it's kind of doomerism a little bit here in the RVA area, and I know that's not the case around the nation. Today, my first guest is my best friend, Big Mike.
What's up, guys?
This is Big Mike. He's a cool guy.
It's good to be on call.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate making time in your busy schedule.
Yeah, I'm off right now, but it's gonna be ramping up coming Monday. But
You're a
I
busy,
appreciate you
busy
having me on,
man,
man.
Doctor Man.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what we wanted to talk about just in general is to kind of just get a vibe of Star Wars Unlimited going on around your area. I know some more specific questions we can get into later, but I kind of want to also get your background and just figure a little bit more about like what introduces people to this game, what's the drawing
Yeah.
factors, like what are the ways that we can community build and continue that. So I guess my first question for you is when did you get into this game?
I got into let's see here. It's been over a year now, which is kind of crazy because it's this game has kind of flown by. But you got me into this game actually. Funny enough, back
Yeah.
in summer of 2024. I'm gonna say
It
like
was July of
mid to
2024, yeah.
yeah mid to late July. It was like right after Shadows had just released. I remember being at your apartment and you were like, we got to try out this new game. I've ordered two of the starter decks. We're gonna play it next time you're here, and then next time we come back and we play the Moff Gideon and the Mandalorian starter decks. And I remember the first time going to your LGS, you had played Cad Bane, and I think playing Mando, and you had made a somewhat of a decent deck with Cad Bane, and you just kind of gave me your extras, and I was just like, oh, this is not going well when
This
everyone
is
else
not
has
going
kind of
good. No.
a
No, agreed.
cohesive standpoint. So my entry to the game was kind of rough because I was like, man, this is not actually fun. I'm not doing well.
I remember that night
And
too. I
then
got my crap kicked out of me too, but my deck like kind of worked. You were just like, I'm doing things. We're
it's
going to
like
see what we can do here.
we're gonna see what happens, but not a lot's going on.
No, I remember being really bored
But
that summer, and I was like, we should go spend. Let me rephrase it. I'm gonna go spend a bunch of money on cardboard. Let's go. Which was
and then I
a
remember, yeah, I remember I left back to Illinois where I'm at right now for school, and I looked more into it and actually like did my homework on how to play this game and how to make decks work well. And I ended up buying like bulk or just online stuff from TCG Player, and I made like a $10 Sabine deck, and it was actually really fun to play. And a $10 Sabine deck, and then the Rapid Assault from
Rapid Assault
Tarkin,
Tarkin. Yeah,
Rapid Assault Tarkin, man, OG.
that's
But
a really
that's
cool
kind of
deck.
how it started. But it's gotten better since then. 'Cause I love this game, man.
Yeah, nothing quite scratches the itch. I play a lot of different card games, but nothing really hits the itch like Star Wars Unlimited. It's just a fun,
Um,
simple, quick way. And
yeah,
I would argue Mike's the better player than me now.
I don't know about that, man.
Ah,
You're pretty good though. You're pretty
you're
good.
pretty good too, buddy. Like not giving you jimmies, but
I appreciate it. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
So we play together a lot. We mostly play Twin Sons, because it's a way that we can get like you and me specifically because we can
Yeah,
get your brother Taylor in on the games too and some other
love
people
Twin Sons.
sometimes. But overall, as a player, which would you say is your preference? Like if you had to pick just, and I'm not saying that that's the way it should be. I'm just curious. Premier, Limited, or Twin Sons, like which one is your okay? This is my
I'll
crap. I could play
yeah,
this
I'll
anywhere.
put it. Excuse me. I'll actually put it in order for you and how I
Oh,
how I
great. Yeah,
feel.
absolutely.
I probably would say Twin Sons is my favorite overall, like gameplay wise or the fun aspect. I like Limited a lot, whether it's the sealed league that we're doing now in Illinois or draft. I like drafts a lot, depending on the set. And then Premiere, but that Premiere would be last. But that doesn't mean that like I don't like playing Premiere. I really like playing Premiere. It's just I'm not the best at Premiere, or I don't have the motivation and or funds to go all the way where I could do really good in the meta. I've done well. Cole, you've greased me up a little bit. I enjoy playing Premiere, but it's not my favorite.
The other thing with Premiere is it's just a memorization game too
Yeah,
of having
it's
to remember everything that could happen if I play my next card, knowing your matchups, and that it takes an insane amount of time.
my brain when I think of Star Wars Unlimited, I kind of think of it as chess because it's I'm
Absolutely.
going to do something, you're going to do something, and then I have to do something to counter that immediately, or I have to do you do this, I do this, you do this, I do this, and that works for all of the game modes. But Premiere mostly to me is like chess.
I would 100% agree. So speaking of decks, what are you playing and what for? Like, what is your go-to Twin Suns deck right now, and what is your go-to Premier deck?
Ooh, I'll start with Premiere because that's what I've been. Haven't done Twin Suns. The last time we did Twin Suns was actually my bachelor party, which was pretty fun, man.
Married man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got to do like a smaller version of Twin Suns at like 40 cards with the gift boxes,
Hmm.
8 packs. But for Premiere, I've been enjoying double aspects while they're still around because the once rotation happens, the enjoyment of double aspects are going to reduce greatly. I've been running a double Green Vader with
Nice.
Data Vault. It's kind of like the alter ego of your double green Rex, where you're on the ground mostly, just pumping out little guys, and my Vader's just pumping out little ties. And once we get to 6, I'm either gonna do Unity of Purpose and win, or I'm not gonna win. But I've been
That is the
enjoying it,
consequence of that deck.
and that's kind of been my fun deck. My more competitive deck has probably been my like Weenie Cad Bane deck, that Cad Tarkentown, where I've got like 15 one drops, and then it's just a lot of tempo after that. Was able to get top 4 in a showdown, my last showdown that I went to with that. But that's I would say my competitive deck would be Cad. My fun deck is Vader. But for Twin Suns, I also still Vader's one of my favorites. I know one of the games we played not super long ago was the time where I had Vader and Governor Price,
Hmm.
and I was just able to get out a bunch of token
That was
units, and
crazy.
then I was able to ready up Vader onto a tie and then bring Price out, and she was swinging for I think like 13 at one point,
It was a
and I
significant
did
amount of damage,
I
yes.
did like 19 damage overall, and Taylor still somehow won, I think, which was the worst part. Um,
You tried to
but
claw
yeah,
your way back to victory and it just didn't happen.
it just didn't happen. Another one that I've been playing more recently would be kind of a more OG deck would be the Tarkin and Gar Saxon, and there's enough Imperials now that where you can pretty much you can give an experience token to anything.
Hmm.
You know,
So the next thing is what I really want to focus on because I know you have one of the more positive communities that I've heard of. How many players do you guys get at your weekly at LGS? And like,
yeah.
talk to the people about how your weekly goes because I'm jealous. I can't lie.
Well, I mean, when we talked about this last, it was a lot better. And then I think 2 weeks after we talked about this, there was a significant drop, and I was just
Oh,
like,
okay.
where did everybody go? I would say when I first started playing SWU here in Central Illinois, it was about 16 to 22 people like a week, like consistently. And I was like, man, this is a pretty good group, and everyone was really nice, and nobody was being weirdos, like normal. Nobody was like the other card games the stereotypes were. But more recently, I would say like right after Thanksgiving, we dropped to down to like 8, and I was like, man, where the heck is everybody? Um, and then even up to last week, which I'll talk about a little bit more, we had 10, and I was like, well, this is okay, but I was not expecting this little amount of people compared to
Yes.
what we had. We had to change tables because of the small size that we
Oh,
had.
wow.
There's so many people are playing Gundam now on Thursdays.
Yeah,
Like
no, that game has exploded. Also,
it's going crazy.
Secrets really was not received well.
I have to agree with you. I think in the sealed league, I've been thinking about what packs I'm going to get tonight for my sealed league. Um, Based on the my leader that I'm playing with, Snoke, I think I'm actually going to go towards picking either Legends of the Force or Secrets, but it's only because I'm playing with Snoke. I want to get better villainy aspect
Yeah, you can get
cards.
that Imperial Dark Trooper from
Dark
Secrets.
Trooper, Knight of Ren, Cruel Commandos actually goes so hard, man.
Oh, they're so good.
And a limited format Cruel Commandos is just what are you going to deal with a 5/5 Sentinel that does overall? How are you going to deal with it?
Cry.
But yeah, I mean essentially. Um,
But then you guys also do like door prizes and stuff like that at one point.
our community leader is he he's one of the better, and I think probably one of the best community leaders out there in SWU. I'll name his name Sonny. He's a great guy. He buys so much stuff for himself, and then just kind of does the trickle down effect. He'll go to almost every sectors or planetary, not every PQ, but sectors and what's right above sectors, not galactics, but
Regionals,
regionals.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll go to all the regionals. He'll literally gather as much as he can into a suitcase and then bring
That's
back for the people. And then he'll do door prizes and then play packs per win. And most of it's free, which is crazy. Like
that is
he gives away so much that it's like I have stuff from Galactics and I did not go to Galactics. I have the pins, I have the shield, and the initiative token from Galactics, and I have the Mace Windu. Looking at it right now, the Mace Windu playmat that are all from Galactics, and I got because I either did well one week or because it was just hey, you got the door prize, have this shiny piece of metal.
yeah.
And then
That sounds like a hoot.
it's a lot of fun. Sonny makes it a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun playing together, and Sonny will even play too. He's got this crazy game mode that he has where you play two Jango Fett decks against each other, and it's one deck. You both draw from one deck,
That's crazy.
and
That's fun.
it's all Jar Jars. It's all Jar Jars.
Well, that's just a good time.
So Sonny, like I said, Sonny's a great guy, and he makes this place like it makes it really fun to come to every week because you don't know what you're going to get and you don't know how it's going to go. I'll go 0-4 and I still I'll win something crazy and I'm like I'm not going to be upset about it.
You win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. So
What are your hopes for the future of this game as a player?
I know that you and I both are kind of on the same page with this, but I really want Twin Sons to not take the lead. I mean, it would be really cool if it did, but I'd like to get some more recognition because there's most of the SWU community is primarily Premier. That's where the meta is. You can't really make it's hard to make currently a competitive Twin Sons, but that's not saying that I want a competitive Twin Sons. I just want there to be more play with that. And I know that the pre-cons are coming for Twin Sons. I think it's going to help a lot. Looking at the spoilers for Lawless Time, brother, man, it's gonna
It's gonna be power.
it's gonna the power rise in Twin Sons is gonna go absolutely crazy. Even we're still keeping all the cards from the last rotation as well, and there's still so many cards that I want to add to 80 cards.
Dude, I still want them to go to 100, but I know that's a controversial opinion.
Yeah, I know Sonny, who's still. I mean, Sonny talks a lot with the main community, even like the higher ups at FFG, and talks with Star Wars Unlimited, and they're heavily considering. I know about increasing the HP to 40 health in Twin Sons. So you can have those. You can play games longer and bring out huge things. And I think that'll, we'll still be able to play huge things with the credits that are going to come too.
Oh, it's gonna get crazier. Yeah.
It's gonna be so fun, man.
What's
But
your
yeah,
favorite? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you're good. I just want to see more Twin Sons. I want to see cards that can be both great for Twin Sons and Premier, which I think Lawless is going to do. There's leaders that will allow for
Yeah.
Cards out of aspect into a deck. Two leaders that we've already seen so far are gonna help that as well. And I think it's just the beginning. They're gonna. I think I literally just watched one of the episodes, y'all's recent episodes where Steve was talking about they're showing all the crappy stuff or the stuff that may not be the coolest,
Yeah.
and they're gonna dump all the amazing stuff at the end.
I hope he's right. I'm really not liking this set so far.
Yeah, I know that
he's
you.
right.
I love watching Under the Twin Suns, and I have a positive perspective about this game because I just love Star
And then
Wars.
you hear Cole just bitch.
I love you, buddy, but I love this game. So
No,
I'm glad.
The
I'm
funny
glad
part is I love the game too. I can't keep getting hurt.
I mean, it's kind of like Star Wars fans. You love Star Wars, but the biggest haters of Star Wars is Star Wars fans.
Destiny 2, be like,
brother.
dude,
I love
finally
Destiny.
got free of that crap last year.
I'm glad. I'm glad, man. I jumped ship out of D2 pretty early on.
Yeah, I was held by its shackles for a long time. So what is your favorite set from the game?
That's such a hard question. Uh, like, I think so many people are going to say Spark because Spark ultimately has some of the best cards, the best like
Mhm.
power creep cards in the game. So it's probably my number two or my number three. I think it's very close between the two, and you're probably not going to expect the second one. I really like Jump to Lightspeed because I just love
Great set.
freaking spaceships go hard, and they're going to go harder in the next rotation when all the upgrade hate goes away.
Mhm.
It's going to make interactions a little bit different because that was the only thing keeping space out of tier one. I think was all of the removal that you had for space,
Yep.
but I liked that there's actually decent vehicles that you could put into the second arena that wasn't played a whole lot. Um, but I think also what was I gonna say here? Legends of the Force was also a really fun one. I know that
Good set.
most of the cards were not into the meta, I guess, except for Anakin and a couple other few cards like Yoda. But I just really enjoyed that, like on the pre-release and on limiteds. It was really fun. More so than my first pre-release and like release of a new set because we started after Shadows. When both you and I got into it, was Twilight of the Republic, and that Twilight, man, it's
I love it objectively because I love the Clone Wars.
love the Clone Wars, but the cards,
Terrible set. Terrible set.
ugh, it was.
Coordinate, not it. Not that guy.
I remember in my pre-release, I did get two legendaries in my pre-release box. They were both the Invasion of Christophsis.
Oh.
And I actually ended up playing one of them, uh, in the pre-release because I exploited everything I had to draw the game.
That's one way to win.
So,
But yeah,
but yeah,
I
Twilight
agree
Twilight
with those
was
opinions
rough.
though.
I really like Jump to Lightspeed again. I love Vader.
Yeah.
And then Legends of the Force. I like the Force interaction.
It's fun and it's gonna be more relevant now that control is not as easy to do. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
I mean every set's dropping new Force units,
Yeah.
and it's just going to make Force decks get better and better each time.
Do you have a favorite like niche card that most people just don't like, but you're like, dude, this is the one? Because you know me, it's the Smuggler's Hold. What is it? That card. It'll be up on the screen.
Word. I think for Twin Suns, I don't know if it's like people dislike it, but maybe it's not thought about as much. Is Caught in the Crossfire.
Yeah,
I love that card, man. It people don't expect Caught in the
they
Crossfire,
never. They really don't.
and
It's not a
you know
bad card in Twin Suns. It's just never premiere viable.
you have two enemies that have two really big things that you're worried about. Just have them attack each other,
Hmm.
you know. And then more recently, I was thinking about this for limited more so than premiere, but I'm actually a big fan of Ando Commission,
Oh,
even though it's kind
really?
of
I mean,
and
it's a good 4/3 Sentinel. Yeah.
it does its job, and it's been doing its job. I think I pulled two of them for my sealed league, and I think it's the one it saved my game one time. So big fan of that.
Do you have any cool showcases you've pulled?
Yeah, I pulled two showcases. I pulled Krennic on Christmas last year of 2024,
That
and
was pretty
then
cool.
literally, yeah, that was a great day. That was a great Christmas day. Pulling Krennic was a good time. And then literally 7 days ago, the sealed league that we started, our sealed league started with gift boxes instead of the pre-releases this time, and I pulled a Supreme Leader Snoke.
Nice.
And I was crazy. I pulled it, and I didn't even realize that I had pulled it for like the first 5 seconds. I just opened it, and we were talking, and then I looked down, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh, that's a
that's different."
showcase. Nice.
So I was like, "That's really cool that I was able to get that." But I have a couple more in my collection, but I did not pull those.
Fair enough. Do you think rotation's gonna work, or do you think like more it's gonna fail and most stores are gonna stick to the eternal method?
Yeah, I know everyone's thought about this question. I would like for both to cohabitate with each other. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I think that like card games like Pokemon work with rotation. There's a lot more interest in games like that and games like Magic, but I think it's going to change the meta in a needed way because I just don't want to. I mean, like as much as I love Spark of the Rebellion, because again, there's great cards in Spark of the Rebellion. There needs to be, a change from cards that came out almost 2 years ago from now.
Mm-hmm.
And with cards that are going to be gone and a lot of removal is going to be gone and a lot of upgrade hate's going to be gone, it's it's really going to change the gameplay, and I think it's going to bump up some leaders that haven't had the spotlight come up into a better you know you're going to see them more at PQs or you're going to see them more at showdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I am hoping that it's going to work. But I think it's ultimately going to come down to the individual communities, like what your LGS is going to want to play. Like, okay, is everyone here going to want to play Premier, like from now on and forever, or is everyone only Eternal because I have so much money I've invested in my 80 billion Luke Skywalkers that I got for $15 last week.
I'm just saying.
Uh,
I'm just saying that was a big pull. Just saying.
it was a big pull. It was a big pull. But I'm hoping. I mean, even Twin Suns, like your LGS is like Twin Suns only guys. We're only doing casual.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm really hoping that they can cohabitate. So like you said, I'm more of an optimistic person with this game. So as much as FFG has tried to not make me,
Absolutely. Well, you've just brought in the final question that I want to wrap this conversation up with a bow. How do you feel FFG is doing as a producer of the game?
uh, I mean, personally, I don't have as much quarrel with them as I do, with a company like Wizards of the Coast, or
Like,
even like the printing facilities for Pokemon in the United States. Um, but like the secrets, Carbonite, Prestige, serialized dupes, that's that's kind of hard to recover from.
whoopsies.
I mean, like I was looking at the prices, like the low prices for Carbonite boxes for even Legends. It's over $200, I think. Still,
Mm-hmm.
Secrets is still like a case, or not a case, but a box for Secrets. Carbonites are down to like 150 or 160. I mean, like nobody wants to open them. One because you pull something that's supposed to get your money back, and it could be a duplicate of something that's only supposed to be a one of one,
Mm-hmm.
or one of 250 to whatever. So I'm excited with the changes they're doing. I think it's going to be cool that the foils are going away and it's going to be more hyperspace because I like hyperspace more to begin with. I liked foils for the fact that they were cheap, but that is a good and a bad thing, especially because some of the foiling makes such a terrible curl,
So
and
bad.
it's bad. I liked the foils for the cheapness, but I did not like the
Yeah,
foils for the
agreed.
like. I think I bought like when Secrets first came out, I bought 3 hyperspace disaster foils for like 90 cents, and I think
Yeah,
hyperspace disasters now like
$6, $7. Yeah.
6 7 bucks. Yeah. So, but like some really good cards can be valued 20 to 30% less
Mm-hmm.
because they're foil, and that's.
Yeah, but then you can't. But my issue is I'm going to a PQ soon, and I have to replace all the foils in my decks because they're not allowed.
I thought that they had changed it. When did they change it back?
If they are curled and mine are, so I have to.
Yeah, I mean that's an issue. I mean, I'm no doubt it's an issue that they need to work on, and it seems that whoever's printing it was Asmodee. Is that who's printing the
Yeah.
cards?
Mm-hmm.
Um, FFG needs to whip somebody into shape. Whoever is the quality control person for
I'm
these
convinced it
cards,
doesn't exist. I'm convinced.
brother. What are they doing? What are they doing?
So hope. So optimistic is what you would say. You're hopeful.
I am hopefully optimistic. After I graduate here in May, I will be going to Mississippi, where there is not a community, and I'm worried because I love this game, and I don't want to stop playing this game. I'm hoping that at the very lowest or the very worst, I can make at least a 4-man pod for Twin Suns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a community,
Fair enough.
as much as I'd love one. Love to continue playing because I love playing here in Central Illinois. Man, we have our own Discord and it's over 100 people, from 3 or 4 different cities. It's a great community and it's getting bigger for other cities that are surrounding, but I'm I'm worried that I'm not gonna be able to play as much as I want to when I move. You know.
Yeah. I haven't had as much time this year either.
So, yeah, I've been busy, man. Been busy. Getting ready to graduate's kind of making things hard to have time to enjoy things.
Anything else you want to tell the people? Do you want to shout out your YouTube channel or your Twitch channel or anything?
No. If
Okay.
you want to find me, guys, you guys can find me. I
I'll put the
haven't done
link.
any Twitch streams in a while, but I do enjoy Scooby Doo Night of 100 Fright speed runs.
It's a good
Highly
game.
recommend. Highly recommend looking into that game. It's a classic. It's made from the same people that made Battle of Bikini Bottom. But that's kind of been where the last time I've done streams, they were with that speed run.
Speedruns are
I
fun.
appreciate you having me on,
Well,
man.
thank you for coming, man. We appreciate
It's
you being
kind of
the
like we just,
indoctrination episode.
yeah, I know. We just kind of been, usually do.
Yeah. So bye bye now, and thank you for your time. And hug your pets and tell them it's all good. Bye bye now.